Another Tuesday tea at 2, season 3, episode 26. How y'all doing? How you feeling? I am here and it is hot yet again. We had few days of break from the heat wave that we had last week and feeling it again the last couple of days. We had some rain overnight, cooled things down a little bit, had my window open, felt a nice breeze, rainy breeze, but we're back to it. We are back to it. It is hot. And oh my goodness, my baby's on Instagram now and my baby is following and on the live. Hi, baby. Hi, babe. Kaya Sky is on Instagram officially, y'all. Yes, yes, yes. I decided it's okay. She's been so awesome. You've been so awesome. She graduated. She is officially going into high school. She had her prom and her grad and all that stuff. And it was part of the discussion to think about social media in high school. So I just kind of fast tracked it a little bit and surprised her early, a summer early, a few months early. So she's on Instagram. She is on Instagram. Sister, how you doing? Star Child Art by Tony Taylor. Do you see who's on Instagram now, sister? Kaya Sky is on Instagram, y'all. But anyways, we are here. It's another Tuesday. It's hot. I might have to start switching up with the Tuesday tea at 2 instead of hot tea. Do some iced teas because I gotta drink this hot tea in this heat. Lord, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let me know what the lighting and stuff looks like because I also don't have the lights on like I usually do because it'll just be too hot. I got a little desk fan. Can you see my, oh no, you can't see my desk fan. I have a little desk fan, so it's quiet, which is good to just try to, vibe it out a little bit because it's hot. Lord, it's hot. It is Canada Day. So for those who don't know, I am a proud Canadian, born and raised in Canada. So it is Canada's Independence Day, July 1st. So we are here. Happy new month, first and foremost as well. The 7th month. That is the number that aligns with Sirius. We're going to be going into our Sirius Gateway portal opening up officially on the 3rd, but we are in the 7th month, the number of perfection. So happy, happy July. It is when the sun is the hottest. We're getting all of these DNA activations and upgrades. Stand in the sun. Do not be afraid of the sun, y'all. It is doing something different, but it's doing something different because it is needed. There is different that is needed, and you want to soak some of that in, especially those of us blessed with the melanin. Okay? So tap into the sun, especially through the very, very abundant months of July and August. Hot months, sunny months, summer months, and tapping into the number 7, perfection, and number 8, infinite abundance, cannot go wrong. So we've got our Capricorn full moon coming in on the 10th. So stay tuned for that. And then our Leo new moon on the 24th. So again, all these activations, especially when we're tapping into Capricorn energy, in an energy of release for our full moon alignment. You're thinking about different things that, in terms of hard work, in terms of the narratives that we tell ourselves, specifically in regards to money and abundance only comes from hard work, and that we need to struggle and we need to put in that energy of no pain, no gain. And in some ways that is true, but we can't color our lives in regards to that because then we are equating hardship with ease. And that is literally a paradox. It's literally counterproductive. So we have to align ourselves and allow ourselves to receive and be in an energy of receiving mode, in the energy of being deserving, and an energy also of the work that has been done. There's still so much to reap, right? So of course there's going to be more work to be done, and that's just for future accolades and abundance. But what about what is already done? There's got to be some merit for that. And we have to be able to be in an alignment of receiving mode so that we can receive what has already been done and not feel like we have to just keep struggling and this energy of striving instead of thriving. We really have to tap into the energy of thriving. Shay? So lighting is fine, no AC. I'm allergic to AC. So I have AC. I've always had AC. Kaya needs the AC, so when I let her use it, she's in her room, she puts it on in there. Actually, I don't know if you can hear my voice, and I have a little strain in my voice and stuff. It's because of AC. So because I kind of allowed it, and every time I'm on the train, you can't avoid it because it's like super hot, and then you go into these AC, filled spaces, and the chemicals, the stuff goes straight to my chest, and I get laryngitis, I get a cough, I get congestion immediately. I was in studio the other day and we had the AC on for a bit, knocked me out right away. So I deal with the heat so that I don't have to deal with all of the stuff. So to your question, sister, I hear you, but unfortunately, and I actually don't like AC, just that artificial air and stuff, but it particularly goes straight for my respiratory. So I definitely avoid the AC at all costs. So that's that. I'd rather the heat because now I'm like clearing all this stuff out, but I'll be all right. So we're tapping into peppermint this week, ironically, bringing in this energy more of like pepperness and hot and all of the combustion that we're feeling through this energy of a heat wave, but it's all about that. We had sunflower last week, we had lemon balm the week before, so bringing in the energy of solar plexus and the sun and the burning and the fire and the fueled. So we're bringing in some pep in our step right now with peppermint, bringing that in as well because we're tapping into the energy of abundance as we always are, and reminding ourselves that it's not about having abundance, it's about reminding ourselves that we are abundance, literally. It's not something that is outside of us, it is our birthright, it is what is meant, and we have to just come into full alignment so that again we could tap into the energy of receiving mode. When we think of it as something we have to attain, then it is always something that's going to be outside and above and beyond us, and it's going to create a space and create a delay or literally prevent us from getting it at all. So claim it, name it, demand it, command it. You are abundance, we are abundance. Tap into the frequency of peppermint. When we tap into peppermint as well, and as you know, I'm growing all of these herbs and I'm highlighting all of the fresh herbs that I'm growing either at the garden or in my yard space. And peppermint is considered kind of invasive because of how much it grows and will literally take over your garden. So I've actually planted in a pot, so it's always good, ideally, to plant peppermint in a pot so that it doesn't take over everything else that is in your garden. But it is so abundant in regards to how it grows. I literally put 2 small little pieces of peppermint, I believe it was beginning of May, and the plethora of it is incredible. So I'm gonna do a little before and after on Instagram, just to kind of, since I'm tapping into peppermint today, of the day that I planted and what it looks like today. That is in alignment with your abundance. How quick, the acceleration of things. We think about timing as divine, absolutely, but we also have to think of stimulation and acceleration and just like it is here, it is now, it is happening. Time flies as much as it is in divine timing. Timing is divine, but time flies, right? It goes so quick. So if we think about that, we also get very excited, and we can and should get really excited for what is to come. But the future is now. So absolutely think about what you are manifesting now. That day that I planted that peppermint, I wasn't even thinking about what it was gonna look like per se today. You just obviously plant, you keep planting seeds and you keep moving and you keep planting seeds, right? But then when you're able to see what grows and the harvest, when you're there in alignment with harvest, it's just like, wow, look at how quickly that happened. And it's in hindsight oftentimes that we're able to look at the plethora and the abundance and that avalanche of abundance. But in the moment, even before you get to this moment of, wow, look at how much arrived, give thanks for it in advance because you know that it is already done. So, tapping into peppermint. Asheo, I give thanks to Baba Ozain, the Orisha of everything that is green and grows, and I give thanks to you. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. My fresh peppermint leaves. They're wilting fast because of the heat, my goodness. I got my peppermint leaves. I put my peppermint leaves whole in my tea and I eat them. Oh my God, so good. And then we're tapping into jade because we want to bring in again the luck, the abundance. We have Jupiter in Cancer right now, so really bringing in, we had a Kazemi, Jupiter Kazemi with the new moon. So we have the sun, Jupiter, and the moon in conjunction, one of the most auspicious times of the year, as above, so below energy. So I talked about it a little bit last week in regards to what you're bringing in, what you're naming, claiming, demanding, commanding, all of that good stuff. So now just piggybacking on that energy that is still very abundant, bringing in the energy of jade, bringing in our luck and our expansion and our abundance and the money and all of these things. And also the same thing, like when we think about what we're trying to bring forth, and the energy of abundance being our birthright, and ultimately we are abundance, we have to think about money in that exact same way. not as something, oh, I don't have enough, and all of the things that we say to ourselves. We have to be so mindful. This past Momentum Monday, yesterday, my alignment for the Sabrina Sahara Scribes quote that I shared is that I'm mindful when I manifest every moment, or I'm mindful as I manifest every moment, because we are manifesting in every single second of the day, good, bad, or ugly. So it is important for us to be mindful of the narratives that we are telling, the stories that we are telling, the things that we are speaking and doing and feeling and thinking, especially when they come into alignment, because that is the message that's going up to the universe. That is what our higher self ultimately is proving, what our subconscious is proving to us, these stories that we are telling ourselves. So be very, very mindful, be very, very soulful in regards to the things that you're repeating, the energy that you're emitting and putting out there, because that is what you are manifesting. Even if it's not what you feel that you want, if it's what you're thinking, there's a clash there. If what you're saying is different from what it is that you're doing, there's a clash there. So it's either going to be delayed or a stalemate and nothing is happening and you feel this sense of stagnancy, or whatever predominant energy is being reverberated is what your subconscious is going to prove to you, is what the universe is going to reflect back to you. So again, be mindful with every moment, because you are manifesting every single moment, okay? So tap in for Jade to bring in more of an energy of luck and expansion, infinite abundance, all that good stuff. So let's tap in to our universal law for this week and see what Spirit has in store for us. Whoever is here. Hi, Clint. I see you on YouTube. Thank you for joining the live. Appreciate you. Yeah, sister, I see your gotcha. Indeed, with the AC, right? I don't know if you can hear it. Like, I feel it. Like, my voice is like super raw. And I've been in studio a lot, so that I had a couple gigs this week as well. But it was more the AC totally wrecked me, because once I'm indoors anywhere else where somebody else has the power over putting on AC, I totally get it. They're gonna put their AC on naturally. It's hot, but it gets to me right away. Like, even when I take a car, I usually have to tell the Uber drivers, I'm like, can you turn off the AC, please? And then he's like, reluctantly, I'm like, I'm sorry, but I can't. And I got affected anyway, even though I'm as mindful as I am. But it is what it is. I got some tea on my table. All right. So, stop top, stop bottom. My window's open as well, so you're going to hear all the vroom vroom as the cars pass. But that's also part of chariot energy, expansion energy, travel energy, moving energy. We moving, y'all, to a different place, to a different space, and whatever is happening in the world and everything that they're trying to get us to focus on, pay attention, absolutely, but make sure that you're keeping your vibes high, because that is what is going to elevate you from the matrix, from the nonsense, from what it is that they're trying to distract us from. Pay attention to all of it, okay? And their intentions, and especially what it is that they want us to divert our attention to. Take a look, and then feel, think, look at, pay attention to the opposite. Make sure you're paying attention to the all of it. We got a card. We got a card. Number 45, tapping into the number 9 as we are in the year of 9 of endings, the law of cosmic creation. Your thoughts will echo into eternity. So this is when we tap into, again, our thoughts create, and our feelings and our words and our deeds, when they come into alignment, that is what's going up to the universe, right? So when we're thinking about our thoughts echoing into eternity, this is exactly about the moments. It's the quote that I wrote yesterday. To be mindful of the moments as you're manifesting, because you manifest every single moment, right? I am mindful as I manifest every moment, because every moment, every thought, every action, every word, every deed is literally echoing into eternity. You are dictating what is happening now and what that's going to be in the future. Every single thing that happens tomorrow is a result of what it is that you decided today. That's just law. That's just what it is. And sometimes we don't necessarily want to be accountable, especially if it's something that we don't ideally want. We wish wasn't the situation, but that's the math. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So we think about giving up a lot of our power oftentimes. And oftentimes it's actually, in some ways, we feel like it serves us to give up our power, because then we can blame somebody else for something that we wish wasn't the case, right? So we're in this energy. Oh, my fan's gonna knock this. Hold on. My fan's gonna knock it over. When we're in an energy of experiencing something that we don't want, or we wish didn't happen, or wasn't the case, or whatever the case is, then we can say, oh, well, that's because of them. And that because if this didn't happen, and if they didn't, I can't believe they did, and that all of these things, right? So we're able to point all of these fingers because of the facts of it, right? True, sure. We look at society, we look at government, we could point our finger in so many different ways. But ultimately, we do have to look back internally and acknowledge, how did I relinquish my power to be able to allow that person to have that kind of result, that kind of effect, that kind of decision, that kind of influence, that kind of agency, whatever it may be. Because ultimately, we do have a choice. In anything and everything, we do have a choice. There are consequences, absolutely. And sometimes we don't want to face whatever the particular consequence is, and it makes us say that we don't have a choice. But we always have a choice. We just may not always want to deal with the consequences of that choice. There's a difference. So this is why it's so imperative to pay attention to the choices and the consequences, and then decide for yourself what is truly worth it. Is the choice really worth it? Is the consequence really worth it? Good, bad, or ugly? And that is where it's going to be a lot easier for you to be accountable in regards to your choices and to prepare yourself for the consequences. All right? Make sense? So, what time? 2:18. So tap in. Ultimately, when we think about cosmic creation, in every moment we are literally creating our moments and our moments for the future. Every single thing that happens and that we're dealing with and that is going to come is based on what it is that we are thinking, feeling, doing, saying in every single moment. Cosmic creation. We are in an alignment of creative force, creatrix energy. Whether we're doing art, whether we're just speaking, whether we're just having a specific conversation with someone, we are creating. And this is why a lot of people say that they're not creative, they're not artists and these kinds of things. I think everybody is an artist. Everybody is a creator, because you are literally creating every single moment of your day. Whether you're a scientist or not, whether you're a painter or not, whatever it is, in every single moment of your life, when it comes to your choices and your decisions and your agency, you are a creator. You are co-creating this existence. So it doesn't have to align with artistic creativity, even though in many ways it is, because you are on a whim. We're all just navigating every moment based on what happens in front of us in that particular instance, whether we're alone or whether we're dealing with somebody else. We can plan all we want to plan, but we got to be able to roll with it. We have to be able to just deal with things on the fly, in the moment. That is creative energy. That is being a creator, ultimately. So no matter what it is that your profession is, or whatever your acumen is, or what you think you're not good at, you are a creator. You are creative, because you have to just roll with whatever life throws at you every single second of every single day. And in those seconds of every single day, you are creating your future. And it is also reverberating in regards to other people's futures. So this is why it's also really important to align ourselves with our power of co-creativity and co-creation, because we're not just coloring our own lives. Coloring, right? As an artist, that's what I'm saying. Like, whether you're an artist or not, you are literally coloring your life, and you are coloring the lives of other people. Our lives are canvases, and every single moment we wake up, it's a blank canvas, and we get to decide what that looks like at the end of the day. And then what that looks like at the end of the day does kind of play on what and how it builds. As an artist, and I know Sister can attest to this, there's layers to it. Like, you start and there's like a base coat. And then you put this level, and then you put that, and then you put this energy, and then whether you're doing figurative or abstract, there's all of these different layers and details that end up piling up on this canvas that was once blank. And sometimes you think you're done, and then you're like, no, I'm gonna add this. Or as you're doing it, sometimes we also don't even know what the final result is going to be until this piece tells us this is it. And even at that point, sometimes 3 months can pass, and you could be like, you know what, I wanna add this. And then you do that. Or you start a piece and you put it aside, and then you can pick it back up. Like, there's so much that goes along this energy of coloring this canvas and layering this canvas that is a reflection of life. So every single one of us, whether we pick up a paintbrush or not, in terms of the tangible energy, the paintbrush is the wand in regards to the wishes that you are making for your lives, the abracadabra of your life, and what it is that you are dictating and deciding for your destiny. So color your world, color that canvas, and know that you can even omit and paint over. Start all the way over if you have to. That is what life is all about, and this is why we are all co-creators in this existence. 222. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Ashe. And our declaration for the law of cosmic creation. My thoughts will echo into eternity. My thoughts will echo into eternity. My thoughts, my words, my actions, my feelings will echo into eternity. Pressure, no pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that. Feel about that. What it is that you are literally permeating to the universe will echo into eternity. That is part of legacy. These are the things that we leave behind. This is why, again, as artists, whether we're tangible artists or not, and just co-creating this existence, it lingers, it lasts, it ripples, it reverberates. Everything is energy and frequency and vibration and magnetism and electricity. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just like the water on this planet. It is always recycled. The energy is always recycled. It never dies. It is literally just transforms into something else. So how are you using that power? What is it that you're doing with that echo? And how it's just gonna keep and reaching who it's supposed to reach because you put it out there. Just keep putting it out there. So I'm tapping into love. I don't know if y'all saw my love and I'm some shine bright like a diamond vibes, you know what I'm saying? So I'm tapping also into my Canada Day vibe, giving my Canada some love. So I'm wearing some red for Canada Day, you know what I'm saying? But that's all. That's all. Sister says, I know where you're coming from. Exactly. I know you do, sister. And I'm going to paint today. I've been painting. I posted 2 new pieces the past couple of weeks or I think just this week, actually. So there's been a lot that I've, had on my plate and a lot that's kind of starting to trickle out. So I've been able to have more time to paint and again, focusing on Kai and her end of year and all that stuff. And now that's done. It's summertime. She's home. We chilling. Oh my God. So I'll be painting. And I'm going to paint again today. I sure am. So let's tap in to our angel number. Somebody give me the time, please. I'm going to wrap it up so I don't strain my voice too much because I do have to go back to studio tomorrow. So I have to, try to preserve my voice. I'm going to go to the garden today as well, just to check on things. In regards to the garden, we are doing a clothing giveaway on Saturday. So this is the 5th coming up. So those who need or know anyone in need, 2601. Thank you, sister. 224. We're going to grab that. 26. Oh my goodness. I opened it right on the page. Awesome. 2601 Tilden Avenue on Saturday, 10 to 5 p.m. Please come and hang out with us. 225. I'm going to do 224. I saw that one first. While I'm still yapping. But if you're interested or if anybody that you know of is interested to come to RTV Community Garden, we are going to be doing a clothing giveaway from 10 to 5 p.m. We've got a couple shelters in our neighborhood. So we're sending flyers and, inviting them as well. So please, if anybody's in need or you know of anyone in need, please come and hang out and come and see and grab what you could use. And then the following Saturday, we're doing a fish fry and there's going to be vegan options as well at the garden. So we're just tapping into our summer Saturdays. So I'm the event coordinator for the garden. Honored. So just trying to, put some things on the calendar and get some collaborations with the community and with the amazing garden coordinator, Miss Iola Sims, and just doing some stuff to give back to the community and give back to the land and bring people into the space. So that's the 2 first things happening for our Summer Saturdays series. Okay, 224. Fundamentals. Secure your life. As you think of what you are building in your life today, your angels guide you to think of something you've taken for granted. The foundational people, places, and opportunities in your life need your attention. Think of something you've overlooked in your life and give it your energy today. This is the energy of co-creating, right? What is it that we're doing and wanting to leave behind, and thinking about the people that inspire us. And ironically, I haven't been painting and I really, really missed it. And it's something that I did feel like I was neglecting. And as soon as I went back into it, it's just like brings such a peace, you know? So think about the people. I also think about, you know, where I feel like I've been taken for granted and people don't acknowledge, or whatever the case is. And you can't force people to see you. You can't force them to give you what it is that you have an expectation of as well. So you gotta just fill it in for yourself. So make sure that you are also not doing to someone else that you feel is being done to you. That's first and foremost. So if you feel taken for granted in some ways, or someone doesn't see you, or whatever the case is, take that internally and be like, well, where could I be missing it? Who could I be missing? Who may be feeling the way towards me that I'm feeling towards this other person? And just pay it forward in that way, you know, and prioritize and be the one to kind of initiate instead of waiting for something or someone. So that's fundamental in regards to this message of fundamentals, and just doing the things that you really, really love, especially when you feel the loss of it, you know, certain relationships as well, when you feel like you've lost a certain dynamic, but you still feel like it's lingering, or there's something that you want to mend or fix or heal. Don't wait, you know what I mean? Like, be the one to fix it and to do something if you feel like it's something that is worth prioritizing and preserving. So I'll read that again and then I will go. Fundamentals, secure your life. As you think of what you are building in your life today, your angels guide you to think of something you've taken for granted. The foundational people, places, and opportunities in your life need attention. Think of something you've overlooked in your life and give it your energy today. Love on the peoples. We get so busy sometimes, you know what I mean? Or we're just kind of like, oh, it's fine. I don't need it, or I don't need them, or whatever the case is. And think about when you did need them. And if they were there, it doesn't matter if you don't need them anymore. If anything, that's more of the problem, of feeling like you don't need them anymore, because then it's kind of like, I got what I needed from you. Thanks for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to do that. People can do that, and people do that. And sometimes we do that. So this is definitely a message for us to be able to look internally. And even if somebody's not in our vicinity now, think about how they were a very foundational, you know, cornerstone in our lives to get us to where we are today. And make sure that even if it's not about rekindling a dynamic, making sure that they know you were pivotal in my rise. And I just want you to know that. And I just want to thank you for that. Nothing has to change, but I do appreciate you, and I do see you, and I do remember. And I do remember. So that's it. I love y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and stay tuned. I'll be posting all the things all the time. And lest we forget, in the meantime and in between time to get back to natural. Peace.